On the Bright Side with Dean Robinson. This week's episode, At Least Hamilton in Fort Wayne. For immediate release, Fort Wayne police action shooting. Date, Tuesday, June 21, 2016. Time, 1:25 p.m. Location, North-South Alley, 2800 Smith Street. Suspect, male teen, serious condition. Summit City Noise asks Fort Wayne Police Department Public Information Officer Mike Joyner for the police report detailing the June 21 police action shooting of a teenage boy in the southeast quadrant. Nobody gets that, says Joyner. There has been no report released because this is still an active investigation. I'll be glad to send you the press release if you want to give me your email address, Joyner says. Officers with the Fort Wayne Police Department's Gang and Violent Crimes Unit were surveilling individuals believed to be involved in criminal activities when one of the unit's officers was approached by at least 3 individuals. The officer, who was in an unmarked cruiser and wearing a full police uniform, exited his vehicle, identified himself as police, observed at least one handgun, ordered the individuals to the ground, which they ignored. A brief foot chase ensued, and shots were fired by our officer, who striking the suspect. The suspect was transported from the scene to a local hospital where he is listed in serious but stable condition. The other suspects eluded capture. At least one handgun has been recovered at the scene. According to Wayne TV, police said Tuesday that the teen was armed when Officer Hollow fired 4 shots at him as the boy and 2 others were being chased. On Wednesday, though, Hamilton admitted that the officer thought he saw a subject with a gun, but a gun was never found on the teenager or near him. Hamilton said the teens perhaps thought the car was involved in the previous night's shooting. Whoa AM says 8.5-year Fort Wayne police veteran Robert B. Hollow was patrolling an area near the 2800 block of Smith Street at about 1:25 p.m. Tuesday because of increased gun violence in the area. He was in an unmarked police car when 3 people approached the vehicle. He noticed one person had a handgun. When Hollow asked them to drop the gun, they ran away. He ran after them and fired his gun 4 times, according to Fort Wayne Police Chief Gary Hamilton. A 17-year-old boy was shot in the hip area and was hospitalized in serious but stable condition. Hamilton said a gun was found at the scene, but it wasn't on the 17-year-old that was shot. The Journal-Gazette says Hollow got out of his car, identified himself as a police officer, and ordered the 3 to the ground because he believed at least one was carrying a gun, the chief said. No gun was found on the teen who was shot, but officers did find a gun inside the car that arrived in the aftermath of the shooting. Fort Wayne Police Chief Gary Hamilton says, "We did find a gun at the scene, but not on the subject that was shot. There was a gun found. Someone drove to the area after an officer's squad car was there. We spoke to that subject, and he admitted that one of the subjects may have been related to him, so he came to the area and stated there was a gun in the vehicle. So we do have that gun to check to see if there's a match to any of the other shootings in the last week. We had an increase in shootings." Fort Wayne Police Public Information Officer Michael Joyner says Officer Hollow observed at least one handgun, with no mention of anyone actually possessing at least one alleged handgun. Fort Wayne Police Chief Gary Hamilton says Officer Hollow thought he saw a subject with a gun. The Journal-Gazette says Police Chief Hamilton claims Officer Hollow believed at least one was carrying a gun. Whoa AM says Officer Hollow noticed one person had a handgun. Whoa AM reports Police Chief Hamilton said a gun was found at the scene, but it wasn't on the 17-year-old that was shot. Hamilton says, "We did find a gun at the scene, but not on the subject that was shot. Someone drove to the area after an officer's squad car was there. We spoke to that subject, and he stated there was a gun in the vehicle. We do have that gun, not found on the subject that was shot, to check to see if there's a match to any of the other shootings in the last week. We had an increase in shootings." We have not interviewed Officer Hollow at this time. Fort Wayne Police Chief Gary Hamilton says, to my knowledge, approximately 4 shots were fired and one of the suspects was injured, received 1 gunshot wound. There has been no mention about where the other bullets fired by Officer Hollow landed in the hood. On the bright side, the Journal-Gazette says a 17-year-old shot by a Fort Wayne police officer on the city's south side Tuesday will not die from his injuries.